Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Glass City Podcast here at the CMB Production Studios with me, your host, Cowboy Mark. How y'all doing today? It is Wednesday, hump day. We're halfway through to the weekend, folks, and we've got some shows going on this weekend, which we're going to bring to you here live at the CMB Production Studios. Again, I want to thank everybody who's been participating, sending me their information, and getting me what I need without having to hunt all over for it. I really do appreciate that. You guys don't know how much it means to me. I really enjoy doing this show. Again, it's one of those deals that I don't ask for anything. Just a little bit of your time getting me the information. And once you do that, I'm going to get it out to everybody else. Again, don't forget, you can also send information to me at glasscitypodcast@gmail.com, especially if you have a poster that you've done up, some of the things that you post on Facebook. It's a lot easier for me to extract those and put them into my program through the email compared to getting them through Facebook or something like that. The way they convert over, it's just easier. So if you have a show date with a custom poster, please send it to me at glasscitypodcast@gmail.com, and we'll get that featured, as well as telling people where you're at, what time you're there. Another feature we've been working on, I know I've been talking about, we're going to be doing shows here coming up in the future featuring original music from artists from around the Toledo and surrounding areas. We're going to be doing that, and we're still working on that. I'm working on the details to make sure that audio comes through nice, crisp, and clean. We did something very similar back with Danny Moore and See Fit when we were playing his videos. You guys seem to really like that. So if you have videos, send those to me. I'll get them featured. We're going to put them on here, and we're going to make sure everybody gets to see it. The other thing is share. Also, hit the like button, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the Glass City Podcast channel, please do. Now, it is a little bit kind of confusing. I'm going to admit that right away. The channel itself is under CMB Productions. That way I can feature all kinds of different things like that under my business name. But if you look for Glass City Podcast, you can do it a couple different ways. You can go directly to YouTube, look up Glass City Podcast. You're going to find it. The other thing, and I've made sure I've done this on multiple devices and that I haven't been logged into, just from friends. If you go to Google, go to your search engine, type in Glass City Podcast. Guess what? I'm pretty much the first thing that pops up. Believe it or not, I'm at the top of a Google search. I couldn't believe it either the first time I saw it. So it is really cool. Glass City Podcast. If you look at it on Google in your search engine, it may even work for Firefox. I haven't tried it with them yet. But again, Glass City Podcast. It's easy to find. So with that said, we're going to be hopefully integrating another feature in the show. And this is going to be for our live performances when we have the guests here on Sundays, which coming up here soon, we're going to be getting the guests going here. I've got several bookings, been speaking with other artists throughout the area of bookings through March and hopefully the rest of the year. And the feature that we're going to start doing as soon as I figure out all the logistics, again, I'm putting more on my plate, but I think it's going to be great. Hopefully, let's see if we can get this around here. Oh, here we go. As you can see, it's a phone, and just, standard smartphone like that. However, what this phone is going to be, it's going to be dedicated to the show. That's right. It's going to be dedicated to the show. And how that's going to work, once I figure out all the logistics on that, is we are not only going to be able to do the live chat, but we're going to take call-ins. That's right. During the show, when we have our live interviews, I'm going to put the phone number up across the bottom or the top of the screen. I haven't figured out where yet I'm going to do it. But I'm going to put the phone number up, and you will be able to call in. That's right. Call in. Not just have to type it in, but actually call in and talk to the artists that we're featuring that day. Again, got to work out the details. We just got the phone the other day. I've got to get it hooked up in through the system. I got to figure out how. I know I can get the audio from the phone through the system and through the program that I run my show on. I'm not quite sure yet of the details of getting information back to the phone once it comes into the board. And so while we're talking to you. You can either hear it on the phone, or at this point, the way it's going to work is when you call in and we answer, there is going to be a slight delay, but you will be able to hear your question. You'll be able to hear the response from the artist, whoever I have featured that day. And that's just something else we're going to add to this show. I keep trying to take it to the next level, keep trying to do a little bit more with what we're doing, and bringing you the best possible viewing and listening experience you can get with Glass City Podcast here with me. I was going to go on a little bit earlier, got a quick little side note, came down into the studio area, but before I get into the studio area, I have to pass my bar, my home bar. As I was doing that, I noticed the floor was wet and couldn't figure out, thought, well, maybe the kid spilled something. Well, not exactly. I had to do a little cleanup somehow, some way. My refrigerator that I have built into the bar underneath got turned down and it was defrosting. Not that that's a bad thing. It needed it. But usually I try to do a controlled defrost, and this time it just kind of hit me right out of the blue. So I had to do a little cleanup, hence the show is a little bit later than I normally do. But it's all good. We got that mess cleaned up and we're good to go. So again, I apologize for being a little bit later than normal, but some people like the little bit later show because I know a lot of people work till 3. There are those of you that work second shift. You're going in at 3. And I'm trying to accommodate. I myself work nights, so it's kind of crazy on when I do things and how I do them. Don't forget, we're also going to do another live update on Friday for the weekend shows. And so if you haven't gotten your information to me, I keep posting it. And again, I've gotten some great response, and I really, really do appreciate all the support that all of you out there are giving myself and the Glass City Podcast show. So moving on, Friday. Here we go, Friday. As you can see, we have a few things going on Friday night. Again, no particular order. It's just as I go through the different ways that I extract the information, I type them up as I go along, then I double check, and then I try to triple check, and I try to make sure I have everything available that has been given to me. So, right at the top, Friday, in my opinion, IMO. Again, make sure you check out their show. When they were here, they did the first live acoustic set on the show. It was a phenomenal time. I had a great time. Hopefully so did you guys. And we're going to be doing that again soon. But we have, in my opinion, at the Distillery from 9:30 to 1:30. Great venue, great band. Make sure you get out and see them guys. They're at the Distillery. They've got another group that's got a wide variety of music they do, and the vocals and the playing are just, they're phenomenal. Great, great group of entertainers. Now, Waiting on Zach. This is not a band that I have personally been involved with yet, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We do have them booked on the show. That's right. I spoke with Zach not too long ago here. We've got them booked. They're going to be on the show live in the future here, real near future. Well, they're going to be at Frankie's. That's right. Those of you that thought Frankie's had closed down, no, they didn't close down. They took a little break, did a little changing around. I think they changed management, and they are back on track over there on Main Street on the east side. Waiting on Zach's going to be at Frankie's. Now, that's going to be a multiple band show. I did have a poster for that, but when I tried to utilize it, it was actually, the file I got was a little too small. And when I tried to enlarge it, it was blurry. So I don't have the rest of the bands that are going to be there Friday listed currently. Maybe I'll do that Friday so you can see the whole show. I believe the doors for that open at about 6:30. And Waiting on Zach is going to be there performing for you guys live. So make sure you get out and see that show if you're on that side of the town. Coming up now, G String Jettison. That's right. These guys are going to be at Sycamore Grove from 9 to 1. They're another band. Brian, he's got great set of vocals, and when he puts that together with the band that he plays with, it is phenomenal. Great show. You guys got to get out and see them. They're going to be at Sycamore Grove from 9 to 1. And I believe I have something here there we go. There they are, G String Jettison. And again, you guys send me these kind of things. I will utilize them as I announce where you're at, when you're playing, and different things like that. I enjoy doing it. It adds another element, and I think it's really, really cool. So, Friday, February 7th, 9 to 1 at Sycamore Grove. Go see G String Jettison live. It proves it's going to be a great show, guys. Great show. So, another artist that I've been speaking with recently, and hopefully I do not completely crunch this name, Krista McCutcheon. She is going to be at the Art and Performance Center of West Toledo performing originals. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. She is going to be doing music she wrote and composed from 6:30 to 7:30. Again, that's at the Art and Performance Center of West Toledo. Make sure you go out and see this young lady do her thing. I believe she's also involved in another group called Three Rings. Again, we're starting to get information from her. Again, we're going to put it on the show. We're going to make sure everybody else knows about it. If you don't catch it on some of the other media outlets, you're going to catch it here. So, Krista, I thank you very much for sending me in that information. And again, she's going to be at the Art and Performance Center from 6:30 to 7:30, and it's going to be all originals. I can't wait to hear some of that stuff myself. I love originals. At Papa's Tavern, we have the one, the only Miss Tina Lee in Random Blues. That's right. If you get into the blues, you get into that groove, that beat, go see Tina Lee at Papa's Tavern. That show usually starts about 8 o'clock, and again, goes to whenever. It's Papa's Tavern. You never, ever know what's going to happen over there at Papa's Tavern. So again, the quick rundown for Friday, the bands that you can go see, and there's no reason why you can't see them all. Oh, we just got ourselves a guest on a live chat. Sir Brian Taylor, how you doing, Brian? I am doing good. What's up? As you can see, we're doing the show. I was just talking about your show just a moment ago. I'm glad you popped in. Thanks for stopping by. And this is a great thing, and I appreciate all of your support, the support from you and your wife. You guys have been getting me the information, and as you can tell, I've been throwing it out here. Can't wait to get you guys back on the show. And, yep, we've got them booked, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring G String Jettison back onto the show, and we're going to talk about what's coming up with them, maybe some changes they have made, the direction they're going with the band, things they're going to add to it. And we're going to get them back. And maybe we can get them to do a little acoustic, some live work. You never know. I'll talk to Brian about that. So, from the top again, in my opinion, the Distillery, 9:30 to 1:30. Waiting on Zach at Frankie's. And again, that show I think starts about 6:30. G String Jettison with Brian, who's now in the live chat. They're at Sycamore Grove from 9 to 1. Krista McCutcheon at the Arts and Performance Center from 6:30 to 7:30. And again, that is all original music, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to want to get out and see that. And then Miss Tina Lee, they're at Papa's Tavern about 8 o'clock. So that is our Friday lineup. That's what I currently have. If you know anybody that's playing somewhere else on Friday for Friday's show, when I do it early that morning, we'll go ahead and get it on here. We'll get it listed. We'll put it up on the board just like I did with these. Again, if you have that artwork, we're going to pop that back up real quick here because I kind of like this kind of stuff. There we go. If you have anything like this, the artwork, I'll feature it. I'll put it up there. You guys took the time to put it together. I'm going to take the time to show it to you and everybody else that's out there. So again, if you got that artwork, make sure you get it to me. You can probably see my cursor going around here. Anybody that's seen my studio knows it's a complete, just a compact area, and I'm running 3 different monitors, 3 different things going on at once, and I'm trying to keep track of everything. So again, that's Friday, February 7th, this coming Friday. All right, on to the next day. Let's see what we got here. Saturday, the 8th. We have the first one. Again, remember, folks, they're not in any particular order, just as I see them as I'm going through my material. Not Fast Enough. And now I believe this is a group that Sir Michael Devin Barlos, who also is the lead vocalist from Fifth Ace, is a part of. Well, they're going to be at the American Red Cross from 7 to 10. There's an event going on there. And make sure you get out to see them. Michael's another one. He's got a great set of vocals, a wide variety of things that he does. So, Saturday the 8th, Not Fast Enough at the American Red Cross, 7 to 10. And I will get more information on that as far as what's going on with that in that event. You're very welcome, Brian. I appreciate the support you guys are giving the show, and we're going to keep this thing going. I took a little bit of time off there, but as you guys can tell, I'm more consistent again, and we're gonna keep this thing going. Hopefully the audio is good out there. The last couple of shows I've been told that the audio has been great, and that's really what we need. We want good audio. Excuse me, there I go again, talking so damn much I'm going dry. Holy crap. Anyhow, also on Saturday at Sneaky Pete's we have Streetwise. That's right. Streetwise is going to be at Sneaky Pete's. They always rock the house there. Steve Long and the guys, great band. Another band that's got a ton of variety to bring to you. Dance tunes, rock tunes, country tunes. They do a little bit of everything. They're going to be there at Sneaky Pete's from 9 to 1. Make sure you get out and see that show as well. Now, another event on Saturday, and I think this is a continuation from the Friday, is Little Pink. Now, Little Pink was one of the groups that we did have here on the show, on the podcast. Go back and you can check them out. And they're going to be also at Frankie's on Saturday for the second half of the event that's going on there. Again, I believe that the doors open at 6:30. I cannot tell you exactly when they're going on. The same thing with Friday night with Waiting for Zach. Things are never, they try to do a timeline, but it never works out that way due to this, that, or the other. So, again, Little Pink is at Frankie's. And then again, if you notice, there's another name that's come up on the board for Saturday. Miss Krista McCutcheon is going to be at Papa's Tavern. Now, I don't know if that's going to be another all-original show or if that's a show that she is doing going as a solo artist, but I do know that she will be there at Papa's Tavern. That, again, show is going to start around 8 o'clock. So, from the top, ladies and gentlemen, Not Fast Enough, American Red Cross from 7 to 10. Streetwise at Sneaky Pete's from 9 to 1. Little Pink is going to be at Frankie's. Again, can't tell you exactly when they're going to go on, so you're just going to have to maybe get a hold of them, get another timeline, and see them. And then Miss Krista McCutcheon at Papa's Tavern at around 8 o'clock. And that's what we have currently. Again, folks, if you have other groups or friends or people that you know that are doing shows that have not been listed and you think they might want to have a mention here, send it to me. I'll add it to the list. Eventually, I'm hoping to get to the point where I have to have 2 or 3 pages for just one day. I want to advertise and put out there all the different bands that are in the Toledo and surrounding area. We had last week Mike and Jen that were up in Adrian. Yeah, that's Adrian. But, some people like to take a nice little drive. So it doesn't matter where you're at. Let me know. I'm going to put it out there, and we're going to get it to all our viewers and everybody else. And, again, Friday and Saturday, we've got those shows. You can go back. Another reason, somebody asked me why I went ahead and put up the typed versions of what's going on. Real simple. You can pause the screen. As you're watching it, you want to know where people are and you want to write the stuff down. Well, instead of having to rewind and listen to me ramble on, you can pause the screen and there's all your information right there in front of you. And that's what I try to do. I try to make it easy for you as well to get all the different groups. And there's a lot of entertainment. I know you can't hit it all, but there's no reason in all reality, ladies and gentlemen, why you can't spend a little time with each band at each venue. Make yourself a route, a map, and go out and support all these local musicians and all these artists that we have here in the Toledo and surrounding area. We are a hub of entertainment, and not a lot of people know about this. Well, that is why I'm doing my show, is I want to let everybody know. And the nice thing about YouTube is it goes worldwide. Not that we're going to get somebody in from out of the U.S., but you may have somebody coming in from another state that's going to be visiting on a particular weekend, and this is a way for them to kind of see what's going on without them having to scroll through a ton of different things. So again, ladies and gentlemen, please share these podcasts. Please post them, and of course, don't forget to hit that like button. I would appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and then ask your friends and your neighbors and your coworkers and your family members. Please subscribe. And who knows, maybe I'll give out a shout out to certain people. If you pop into the chat room, I'm going to do my best to acknowledge the fact that you're there with us here at the CMB Production Studios. So that pretty much is what we have for today. Again, we're going to do another show Friday morning. Well, I wouldn't say morning, but sometime early enough to where you can get the information and still make plans for that night. And folks, I cannot thank you enough. I'm going to continuously thank you for the support of Glass City Podcast here at the CMB Production Studios. If you have not been booked on the show yet and are interested, let me know. Hit me up. You can either contact me through Facebook. You can contact me through glasscitypodcast@gmail.com. I'm going to have to put a little scrolling deal at the bottom of the page where that comes across so everybody can see it. And then also, don't forget in the future here, this little guy here. Oh, here we go. I keep forgetting I'm seeing it one way. This phone right here, again, is going to be the new Glass City Podcast hotline. And what we're going to do is during the live shows with our guests, not like right now. I'm not going to do it during the updates, but with our live guests, we're going to be able to do call-ins. I will get the details worked out. I will do whatever I can to make sure that it's effective, and not only can we hear the caller, but you guys out there can hear the caller. You can hear the response from the bands, and that is something that we're going to be working on here real soon. As a matter of fact, soon, like I'll probably be working on it in the next couple of days here, making sure that all of that is together. So again, that's today's show here, midweek on a Wednesday. Hopefully we don't get that real horrible weather they're talking about. Everybody can have a great Wednesday into their Thursday. Don't forget, I am going to be doing a show Friday, and we'll go over what we do have, and hopefully we can add a few more things. And folks, thank you for stopping in. Don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, I can't even speak right now. That's what I love about live. And you never know what's going to happen. But don't forget to hit the like button, and please subscribe. And I will see you guys Friday. You all have a great rest of the week. Until then, keep it real. Keep rocking it. Have a good one. Bye, y'all.